I'm Alison. I'm from Uxbridge in West London, and I have a son who is 5 and I have a stepdaughter who's 9. So I can remember getting my first bike really clearly. I remember going to the auction to get a bike specifically in Colchester, and my dad had a specific idea of how much we were going to spend. So we looked at the bikes and then we waited for the auction, and I can remember my dad bidding up to that amount, but the bike was such a good bike. It had the gears and the lovely two-tone colour, and it really stood out from the other bikes. And I remember it got to that amount and I thought, oh, I'm not going to get this bike. And then it went quiet for the bidding, just over that amount, and my dad came in with another bid because he knew how much I wanted it. And then we got the bike, so I loved it. So receiving the bike from Halfords, for me, it was amazing, mostly for watching my son. When they bought the bike out, they bought it to my son, and they gave it to him as he was the customer, and it was his bike, and he was so happy, and they spoke to him, and you know, he was just over the moon, because as kids you don't get to do that. You don't get to be the customer. Normally mum gets something from the checkout and hands it to you. So he was over the moon, and he was talking to the guy really confidently, which is not something my son always does. And then he was off riding his bike around the shop, which was lovely as well. They let him have a couple of goes around, and you know, he was just so over the moon with it. It was just such a nice experience. And then for him to get this bike with the helmet as well and all the bits, he really got into character, and he absolutely loved it. So it was just so great. So when he first saw the bike, he was just over the moon, eyes as wide as they've ever been. You know, he wanted to be the fire chief, and he was just so happy. He saw the lunchbox, he thought that was the most amazing thing ever, and then he got to the point where he saw the siren, and that was just beyond amazing to him. So he was over the moon. So to have things customised is everything to kids, everything about having their name on it. Especially my son just loves it as well. Like he's got everything with his name on it growing up. I don't know why, it's just something I got into buying. So I think that would be great. And also I think for kids it's a peace of mind knowing that I'm going to put my bike there, it's got my name on it. Because especially that bike, when we go to the playground, all the kids want to ride it. So he goes there and at least it's got his name on it. So I think definitely important. My favourite part, I think, was that he got the set where he got the sirens on the bike, and he got the helmet as well. He got into this character, and he was being a fire chief all the way home, and it's just so cute. And it was nice to get that little bit of extra with the bike where he could be something else as well. And you know, it was just, he just loved it so much. It was just so nice to see, you know. I hadn't even shown him the bike, so he was just amazed by the whole thing. And then obviously the helmet comes out as well. He just, you know, he was beside himself. He was just going, oh my gosh, I love it. And he was going, I love you so much, Mummy, I love it. I would definitely recommend Halfords to my friends and family. It was bringing out the bike, ready built, just for my son. It was that they adjusted it for us. You know, I'm not going to have to go home and look for a spanner that I haven't used in 10 years. And knowing that it's been done properly, so it's the right size for him, and it's not going to just be, you know, one of those things where you adjust it slightly and then it works its way back down again. They did it properly, and it was all set for him and perfectly. I don't know anything about adjusting bikes for a start, and it was all explained to us, and everything was just very clear. And they offered us additional services in Halfords as well, like a bike checkup, which was great because I've never heard of anything like that before, so it was very good.